Remarks from Coach, and then take questions.
You know, really pleased today with the overall effort. Obviously, still not as clean as we like, as we talk about chasing perfection, where all three phases are playing to the best of our abilities. A lot of things to still get cleaned up on, but for a first road opportunity for us as a team, was really pleased with the way they responded. Wasn't perfect, but for us, we'll be able to get in, watch the tape. We were able to play a lot of players, which is always good for the development of our team as a whole. And I know our team is looking forward to getting back in the shell next week. Night game against SMU. We'll enjoy it tonight, get back, get on the film, and get back to our Monday through Friday preparation. With that, I'll open it up to questions.
We'll take questions for our media that's here in person. So with Wayne.
Coach, you didn't have to punt until the fourth quarter. Talk about your offensive performance, especially Leah today.
It was efficient, which is what we want to see out of our offense. I thought Leah played really well. I mean, you know, a week ago he came in the locker room and really felt like he didn't play well because he didn't throw any touchdowns. But I still thought he played well enough for us to win a week ago. Today, our receivers really stepped up, made some big plays early. Leah did a really good job of the ball location on some of the deep shots that we've kind of didn't have the timing down with a week ago. So it was good to see us, as I say, make that jump from week 1 to week 2 on the offensive side of the ball. Special teams, our kicker continues to do a good job of kicking that thing out of the end zone. Our awareness on the surprise onside, it was great to see us execute it. Our players understanding exactly kind of what we've asked them to do, knowing that, you know, Charlotte has nothing to lose and that to expect those type of plays. So it was good to see us execute on that. And then defensively, you know, though it wasn't pretty, we held them to 5 of 13, I think, or 5 or something on third down. So we played good situational defense. I thought we played the run, but still a little too much yardage for my liking.
Coach, he went into looked like he went into the training room, jogged back out, played one play, then you took him back out. Is he okay?
Yeah, he's great. Cramping up, had to go in and get an IV. Came back out, and then Billy wound up getting cut, so he had to come out for a play. Even though we used the timeout to try to see if we could get him substituted back in. Unfortunately, wasn't able to do it, so we brought Leah back. But was really happy to be able to get to play Billy in these situations as we continue to try to develop a second quarterback.
Just like on a personal level, when you see Talia go down on the field, what's going through your mind? Where's your heart rate?
Well, if I keep it PG-13, I was like, holy, and good that they came over immediately, said it was cramping. You saw it during the course of that drive. He was trying to stretch out the cramp in his calf, and the next thing, it moved to his quad, so we ran him in. Our medical staff did a good job of getting him IV'd up in case we needed him. And then, you know, unfortunately, Billy cut himself, had to come out for a play, and we were able to get Billy back in.
Was that first half kind of like, did you feel like he really got into a rhythm out there the way you want him to?
You know, when you put up the type of points we put up in the first half and the efficiency, I think it's not just him, just the offense in general, how it's run, how it should be executed. I thought our players really did a good job. Dan did a tremendous job having the offense kind of prepared. We come out with openers, and the openers were executed at a very high level, which allowed us to score a lot of points.
Wayne.
Defensively, you played a lot of guys, but you used a lot of safeties today. How's the health of the safeties? How do you evaluate that back?
Yeah, I mean, we played as the guys that travel. We have intentions on, if they're traveling, they're in position to play. And, you know, Dante Trader and Bo are our starters. You know, Tarheeb was out today, so he typically plays nickel. So we had to move Glenn Miller down to the nickel position to start the game, which then in turn, put 26 in there as the corner who also can play nickel. We were able to get 14 a lot of plays. Isaiah Hazel came in and played a bunch of plays at the safety position. And because of the way the game was, we intentionally made sure we got some meaningful reps for guys like, Shane Mosley, who came in, played in the fourth quarter. Rex Fleming played a lot for us. So anytime we get to play that many players, it really helps our team.
What did you think of Jacob Copeland's performance today? You know, kind of stepping up as a transfer. Didn't see a whole lot of him last week, but really with those 2 touchdowns today, kind of came out and showed turf fans well.
Yeah, he played a lot of plays last week, just didn't have a lot of opportunities. And again, that started with us not being efficient on offense. You know, today he was able to get the touches. He made the most of the opportunities. We all know that he has big play ability, the speed, the size to go up and make plays. And I was happy to see him kind of do it. Now, the thing that that happened to have that, for him to be able to play that way, is he really put the extra work in this week in terms of being able to get lined up, get the call, and then go out and execute. So, Jacob did a really good job preparing himself for the opportunities he got.
Coach, the offensive line only allowed 1 sack. Not only that, you ran for over 190 yards. What were you most impressed with that group today?
I mean, we're just going to keep trying to plug away. I'd still like to see us get a few more opportunities in the run game. I thought, the backs ran hard. You see the explosiveness that I've talked about in this backfield. A guy like Antoine Littleton, I can't keep saying this guy changed his body from the time he got here to now and showed great size, speed, and burst, and it was great to see him finish that run. Kobe McDonald, who played a lot for us a year ago, came in, made plays. Roman was really steady for us, and then even Ramon Brown was able to come in. And so, as I said before, that backfield reminds me of the young group that our receivers were that now have become those veteran players, and I think they'll continue to get better.
Sorry, just a quick follow-up. Is Tarheeb injured?
He is injured. We'll know a little bit more on Monday. He ended up cutting his finger, and so freak accident in the locker room, and we'll get more on his status when we get back to see where he is.
Billy obviously got to see the field for an extended period today. What did you make of his performance, and I guess how important was it to not see a drop off between the ones and twos?
Yeah, I was glad to be able to play Billy. He came in and executed the offense. When you bring a player in like Billy, the key, especially the way the game was flowing, we wanted to stay in our offensive system. I mean, we could have easily turned around and just handed it off, but we have to develop our team, and so, in no form did we want to try to run the score up. We were looking to just run our base offense. We used time on the clock. I was happy to see how he executed, the 4-minute system without necessarily having to go into our huddle mode. And he took what the defense gave him, made a play down the field to Octavian on the boot out, the boot play, and it was great to see him the way he executed it.
We have 1 or 2 on Zoom, unless anybody else has any in person. Okay, we'll go to Varun on Zoom.
I wanted to ask, your team's defense only had 1 sack late in the game and no turnovers for the second straight game. Are you concerned about the defensive output despite playing an inexperienced quarterback?
Not concerned about our defensive output. Obviously, we'd love to have more turnovers. Those come with the opportunities that present themselves. We continue to stress the importance of trying to get takeaways. The one thing I think we did a good job on defense was limited the big plays. I think they had a couple that they got out of tempo, but for the amount of plays our defense played, I thought they did a really good job of limiting the big plays. Obviously, we would love to have more turnovers, but we'll get in. We'll get a chance to evaluate the film. Need to get more pressure on the quarterback, no doubt about it. For as many opportunities as we had to rush the quarterback, need to take a look at how we're rushing the passer.
All right, our last question. Emmett, if you still have one.
Hey, Coach. I wanted to ask you quickly about first road trip of the year. I know it's always hard to go on the road. Obviously, you guys come out with a victory. How do you think the team responded today, especially some of the younger guys, that this is their first road trip as a part of the program?
Yeah, winning on the road is really tough, and especially for, when you look at our team, as I described it, we have a veteran group that kind of runs the top, and they understand how we do things. But we've got a lot of really young players on the bottom end, and typically we have a little bit more of a group in the middle that has experience. And so we've got a lot of old and a lot of young. And so for the young guys, it was a great opportunity against an out-of-conference opponent to go on the road and kind of get a feel for how we travel, the way we do things. And I was pleased with it. We didn't have a lot of things go wrong with how we travel, how we prepare, and it was a great opportunity, as we know, as we get into the Big Ten East conference and we have these away games, that this was a great opportunity for us to kind of get used to being on the road together.
Actually, one last one. We have Charlotte.
Hey there, Coach. You've set high expectations for this offense, obviously. Now seeing what they're able to do and the points they're able to put up, has anything surprised you about what they're able to actually do when it comes to game time?
No, not really, because when this offense, the way it's built, we have playmakers on the perimeter and the backfield. We've got a dynamic quarterback, and then we have what I feel like the most improved offensive line, in the country. And when you have that formula, you're very diverse on offense. And so I think what you saw today with the offensive explosion we had was just the players that understand our system executed at a high level A week ago, we had too many lapses of where we'd have big plays and then the negative plays. But, you know, we got in, got it fixed. And as I said a week ago, you typically see your biggest improvement from week 1 to week 2. And I saw that out of our offense and was pleased that we were able to get it done and play the way we played today.
All right, thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.